Hello YouTube, my name is Micah and I am the Penny Popper. Welcome to my first episode. Now this episode is filmed on my very first private permission. It's actually a friend of mine's property. They don't live there. They invited me one day to see if I could help them find their missing property boundary markers. And I was able to do that, and as a result I now have an ongoing permission. Now they had an idea about the history, but they weren't completely sure. They thought that there was a home site there and they think they know where. But as far as the when, their earliest guess was early 1900s. So my goal, both for their sake and also for mine, was really to age this property and see when was this home site indeed here. So as you will see in this episode, I was able to do that very thing, and we were very pleasantly surprised. Please enjoy. Well, this is a really choppy signal. It was jumping from 28 all the way up to 34. Some kind of an old spike. Now, we're nowhere near a railroad. So this house was reportedly in the early 1900s, may have even been turn of the century. Old home site. Anyway, that's what we found. All right guys, so this was a terrible signal. Could only get it one direction. It was about a 12, very choppy. This, we don't know exactly what it is till we get it home and get it cleaned up, see if there's any markings on it. But even though these are just nails, they're interesting. Definitely square nails. The only question is if they're square just because they're so old, or if they're horseshoe nails, because horseshoe nails even today are square. Either way, it's interesting. Being located, we're talking, let's see how deep it was. Let me grab my pen pointer. You know, probably about 7 inches deep under roots. They've been there for a long time, so it's definitely something old. All right, guys, I got a signal here. We've already dug it up. Just to show you the numbers, they're kind of all over the place. 15, 23. Right now we're in Park 1. If you turn on the iron, you can hear the grunt. You can tell probably a big chunk of iron, and that's exactly what it is. So we'll clean this stuff up. We've found other chunks like it. Don't know if it was a big old bean pod or something. Again, it's pretty deep though, probably a good 7 inches. This stuff's been in the ground for a while. See you at the next thing. All right, guys, this one is all over the place. 5, 2, 13, 12. But everything here is jumpy, so we're gonna give it a shot. Well, you can see why this thing was jumpy. Some kind of an old tool. I'll have to clean this thing up. Wow, that is unusual. No idea what that would be. Looks like it's going to have some details on it here when we get it cleaned up. Oh, you know what? You see it? Mm-hmm. That's a leg. Oh. So this probably goes with everything we're finding. It looks like it's an old stove. Oh, okay. Yeah. Neat. All right. I'm gonna have to put this next to that. All right, guys, this is the first really solid signal I've gotten here. Solid 15, 16. No iron. Watch, it'll be iron. No, I don't know what it is. It's not iron. It's going to be probably copper if I had to guess. I'll have to clean it up and see if there's any markings on it. All right, on to the next. All right, guys, so this was a pretty solid 16, 17. And you guys probably know what that is. that is going to be not just our harmonica reed, but most of our harmonica. Back in the day, these were very common. Always a great sign when you find one of these. All right, on to the next. Well guys, this one about blew my ears up, and you can imagine, when I show you, you can imagine why. I was running up as a 1920. Red is shallow, but it was not shallow. And there she is. So really trying to hope to find something that will date this place. This is almost for sure a window weight. Some kind of a counterweight anyways, could have been used on a fence, who knows. It's solid, it's not like a pipe. It was really good 8 inches down and rang up like it was right on the surface because it's so big. So, interesting find. All right, got another one that blew my ears out. This one, 15-16 signal. Again, showed very close. Whenever it's big, it shows to be closer than it is. Now this, not sure if it's part of the stove. That'd be my guess, just because it was so close. I found one of these last time I was out here, stove legs. So now I have a pair. This one's broken at the bottom, but if I keep going around here, it looks like I'll get the whole thing. So that's what we got. All right, guys, I may have finally got something. I've been here for a couple hours and nothing but iron. Any high tone you can just tell is just a big piece of iron. I finally got something I could kind of separate. 16, pretty close, 14, 15, but mainly 16. So I'm gonna show you what I found. All right, you see it there? Pretty sure I got a button. Looks like that'd be where the shank is. I'm gonna go ahead and brush it real quick off camera. I'll be right back. All right, guys. I think you're probably gonna see the back mark before me, because without the camera, I could not read this thing. Let's see if we can read it now. So, something and CO, I think. This is limerick. And it's like P. I probably should know. It's pretty clear. But on the other side, we have an I. Now I'm gonna have to look this one up. I know I've seen this on videos before. It means something, but I can't remember what. But hopefully with that back mark and that, we'll be able to date this two-piece button and finally get some idea of the age of this place. I will definitely give you more information once I look it up. P. Tate and Company, Limerick. All right, we'll look it up. I can't wait to tell you what I found. So this I actually stands for infantry, and it turns out this button came off the uniform of a Confederate soldier. P. Tate was actually the textile company. They became big in 1854 when they supplied uniforms to the British Army, and then in 1863 the Confederate Army hired them to make their uniforms. Boy, am I excited to have this. All right, guys, really sniffed out a small one here in amongst the iron. Straight up 18, pretty tight. Definitely heard iron all around it, but we found it, so let's take a look. And here we go. First I just thought it was just plain junk, but you can see you got a little bit of fancy on it here. I still don't know exactly what it is, but it's something. So I'm gonna brush this off, and if I see anything more detailed than what you see now, I'll come back. All right, guys, just a quick wrap up. So here you can see that first leg that I found, all cleaned up. I used electrolysis, and I'll probably do another video soon on how I was able to clean that. Here's that counterweight, probably a window counterweight, could be a fence. The matching leg that's broken, that spike. There's that harmonica. We see the thing that we don't know if it's a handle for the stove or possibly horse tack, piece of the bean pot. See, this is that fancy thing. Sorry, trying to get the light right. And of course, my Confederate infantry button. Well, that's it for this one. I'll definitely be hitting that place again, and we'll see you at the next video. Thanks for watching. Have you tapped them yet? Come on. I'm waiting. Hey, look, I've got all day. Seriously?